Hey guys!
Hi everyone, how are y'all doing?
Welcome back to our channel. We're glad to have you.
Yes.
So Caleb is here with us, and Rachel is staying with her grandparents. And she went to her grandparents' house on yesterday and stayed the night with a friend the night before. And this is something we wanted to share with y'all as a part of our family dynamics.
Right.
Caleb does not stay the night at other people's houses.
Because he's different than most kids, and he requires different things.
He is. He's excited
for
to
different
see y'all.
situations, and so it's.
And a lot of people don't understand those things that he needs and the things that he's telling you.
How to communicate, how to understand what he. Yeah. So the communication issue is a problem. And I remember probably about 7 years ago, we were dropping Rachel off at someone's house to spend the night, and there were going to be a lot of girls there. And Rachel asked me when we got there, she said, "Daddy, when will Bubba be able to spend the night at someone's house?" And I looked at her, I said, "Your guess is as good as mine." And that's 7 years ago, and you know what? That's okay. This is where he's at. And we have to understand that that the goal is not that it's bad, it's not the best, but based upon where he was and where he is night and day. And so we're working to a goal. We're working to get him
as independent as possible. He's learning how to do new things all the time.
Right.
And but part of our family is that we as a couple don't get time away from him outside of school hours.
Right.
The last night that we had without him, he was 3 years old.
Right.
And next month he's turning 12. And it puts a lot of extra strain on our marriage, but we have come to accommodate. We communicate with each other throughout the day.
Right.
We also make sure that once a week, for us, our day is Wednesday. We have time together in the mornings, and we go on a walk together. We prioritize self-care. We spent many years in survival mode,
right,
and we weren't able to take care of our bodies and take care of ourselves.
Right.
But we've come to the place where we know we need that, and so we both exercise multiple times a week. We eat well. We stay strong and healthy as much as possible, and we also make sure that we maintain open lines of communication between the two of us. And we take pockets of time as we have them.
Right.
As much as possible.
So that's when we're laying in bed before we fall asleep. There's something we might be talking about. We don't just tell her about my day. She might be telling me about her day, or something that happened that was neat, or there might be a thing that I need to talk to her about that's important for me. I bring that up, and then we talk about that, and we deal with that if it needs to be dealt with or whatever. But we make the time.
And it's the thing is, one of the greatest gifts you can give your kids is a strong marriage.
Right.
And both of us have committed to doing that. And we're committed to keeping our marriage healthy and strong as much as possible. And the Lord definitely helps us there.
Yes.
But having those open lines of communication and being honest, something that we've been married for 18 years.
Right.
A gift of our marriage is that we've been unified on most major issues all of our marriage. And but we also learned very long time ago how to communicate with each other. And that is another gift of our marriage, that makes us so that we understand what the other one's saying and needs.
And when we're in a in places that we may not understand fully what they're saying or what they're wanting, we take the time to be patient and to understand the other, and so that when we're done, the issue is resolved, or we've come to a resolution that is beneficial to our marriage, to our relationship, and that is beneficial to our family as a whole. But we make it our aim to communicate and to not be unkind or be rude to each other. We talk it through to as long as we need to, and so we've made that a point. We started that when we were in our years were in survival mode. We learned it then when it was hard and challenging, and now that we're here, we put that into practice, and we make it our aim to love each other that way.
It's making the decision to be unselfish and to listen actively and be kind, even when you don't want to be. Right. And so it's a process. Right. Some days are better than others. We're not saints. We're human. Yeah. And we make mistakes and we blow up at each other. I blew up at him yesterday. I blew up at Kaleb yesterday. Mm-hmm. And it's also understanding different physical things that are happening with the other, and giving grace as needed. And, one of our biggest goals as we parent Kaleb is to be sure that we enjoy him and enjoy each of the different stages that he's in, and as well as the struggles, because they're definitely there. There are definitely days where it's hard as nails and you fall into bed and you don't want to talk to anybody, but there's also days where there's great joys and great gains. Today Kaleb came with me to somebody else's house and had fun. He was awesome. Even the lady who was there with me is an old family friend. We've known her for years, and she's our photographer, and she has worked with us to get really great pictures of Kaleb, and she even commented about how much he has grown and how calm he is. And it's a success.
That means a lot when someone else compliments, because we're in the middle of it, but when someone else compliments, that's a big deal. And so we want to let you know that you can have a strong marriage, you can have a strong relationship with each other in the midst of the chaos of autism. In the midst of all that brings, you can have a strong marriage. It is possible, but it's work. It has to be on purpose. It has to be...
It doesn't happen by accident. Right. Just like raising a child with autism and making great strides and gains and growths doesn't happen by accident. Right. We have worked hard as nails to change his diet and all kinds of things over the years. And we will continue to.
And we'll share that later on individual things. But the marriage being solid, it helps us to raise our child with autism. It helps us to raise our daughter that's not special needs. It helps the family being solid. If the marriage is solid, everything else is solid, even though it might be chaos. There are areas of chaos, but if the marriage is solid, things are good.
He wants to show you his new little guitar that we got at the dollar store. He's already playing with it. Say bye, Kaleb. Well, you guys have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. And remember, Jesus is the firm foundation in all of this. We want you to know that. He's
we can't do this without him. Have a great night.